Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to be discussing replacing 1975 MG Midget starter. I really don't know exactly which route I'm going with for the starter yet. I've just been trying to get the starter actually replaced. So anyway, I've got most of it out yet, but I'll show you a little bit about what I've had to do because there doesn't seem to really be any other good videos on YouTube that I've found. So I figured I'd just kind of dialogue this and record it so that maybe it can be of some help to some of you. So anyway, let's jump in and I'll show you what's going on. So the issue I was having with the previous starter that's in here, the previous owner refurbished the whole car, went through it, restored it really, and it's been great. I've had it for a little over 2 years now. Really had virtually no issues with it until the starter and a couple other small things. But kind of what I was having happen was the starter was not engaging the flywheel. I've got a different video of that I'll try to include with this meshed in video as well. So anyway, my starter was not engaging the flywheel, although the starter was still turning. It just, like, you noticeably hear it's not like the clunk 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 like when you hear the turn the key and hear the actual starter actually engage the flywheel. So that was the issue I was having. I've got brand new battery, checked all that, so I'm pretty certain there's nothing with the electrical system. So if that is the issue you're having, follow along. That's what I'm going through too. Ignition is off. Keys half turned, fuel pumps on, and then just the crank. So onto the car. Here it is, 1975 MG Midget, 1500cc engine. I'm gonna jump in and show you guys what I was doing to actually get the starter out. It's not actually out yet. But anyway, I removed the air intake. You can see it down there. I honestly don't know which kind of starter it is yet, what brand the previous owner put in. Maybe a Chinese one or something like that, which may be why it's went out. So anyway, what I had to do, currently the car is entirely on the ground. I haven't jacked it up at all, and I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but I probably will to get the bottom bolt out. Anyway, you can see down there, that hole right there, that was where the first top bolt was. It was a little difficult. You got to get, I got another socket and ratchet on the back end, and then a socket here with an extension coming out there that was long to be able to get that bolt out. Sorry about the background noise. Anyway, working on the bottom. Currently I've got the wrench in there with an extension, but I'm gonna have to jack it up to get on the back of the bolt. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Okay, one more thing, I forgot to mention it earlier, but as for the tools that I'm using, it's pretty simple. At least on this car, it's all 14 millimeter. So one thing you'll probably want is one of these flexible, adjustable ratchets. I don't know if I could have got in there without it. I had two flexible ones in there, and I don't think I would have been able to get it without that. And then also I'm just using two different lengths of extensions. That was actually quite important. I couldn't even get on the bottom bolt, at least from the top. We'll see once I actually get in there and get it out. But I've been using these extensions. So 14 millimeter socket or wrench, and then some flexible ratchets. That should be all you need. Okay, so a quick video. I'm under the car. We're looking at the starter right there, kind of in that hole slot right there. We've got the one bolt right there that I've got to get to. That's the front side that I was showing you guys up top, and then there's the other side of it right there. So I'm just gonna get a wrench on that. Hopefully should come off pretty easily since I was able to crack the tightness of it last night. Got the starter motor completely unbolted, and trying to get it out is definitely not seeming to be the absolute easiest that it could be. So anyway, what's going on? You can see the starter motor down there. It does not fit through the frame at the bottom, and I believe it's the fuel pump that's right there. The previous owner that I bought it from has been absolutely great. I still have contact with him, so I reached out to him. He told me that the fuel pump that's right there is actually obsolete. He's put a replacement one in the back tank. So I'm gonna pull the fuel pump that's there, and hopefully I should be able to sneak it out in that area. So hopefully it won't be too difficult. Okay, so I just got the starter motor out. Really, honestly, was not that difficult. I just pulled out the fuel pump that was there. It's really pretty easy for me, given that there was no lines to disconnect or anything. Just unbolted the 2 bolts, and then it really wiggled right out of there easily. So okay, it's about a week later. I just got the Wosp starter in. Can't remember if I mentioned that I decided to go with that one or not, but anyway, I did. About $350 through Moss before tax and shipping, so pretty pricey, but I'm hoping it is better. Anyway, I'll do a quick comparison just to show you guys what the differences are. You can see here there's quite a bit different in size. So the Wosp is quite a bit smaller of a starter. Seems pretty nice, well made so far. A couple things that were a little odd to me I noticed with Wosp. I don't really know why they only include 1 bolt. That seems strange to me, as you need 2 anyway, and just having 1, only including 1, doesn't really help a whole lot. So that's the one thing. The other thing, I think the starter that I got was actually returned. It's got a little marks on it and has some grease, so not that big of a deal, but kind of a bummer given the cost. The other thing, on this 75 MG Midget, there's no wires going to the starter outside of the main power wire. You can see Wosp or Moss Motors has a video of this, but you will need to get one of these eyelets so that can get hooked over to the power cable. The black wire is not needed and can be taped off. So anyway, that's a quick rundown of the 2 starters. I'm gonna go ahead and get that thing put on, and yeah, we'll go from there. Actually, one other thing, I did end up ordering a blanking kit for where the fuel pump went. I think I mentioned it earlier, but the fuel pump that's on this car had already been relocated and was just left there unused. So I believe it was off eBay from the UK somewhere, about $25 for this. So gonna get this thing put on, and that'll get the starter out of the way of being in the fuel pump. Okay, so I'm a bit of a rookie and just learned something, but hopefully this can maybe save some of you if you have the same issue. Put the starter in there and seemed like it fit, but I was like, it's not sealing up perfectly tight to the transmission housing. So got looking at it a little closer, and it seemed like it was missing something. Got looking at the old starter, and this aluminum plate was still on the starter that seals up and creates the tight fit. So anyway, if you're doing yours, double check that this is not still on your old starter. Another thing, one of the cool things about the Wosp is it has these position screws. It's set to the center, of course, but I ended up shifting it up a little to bring the motor up higher to get it out. I think it would have been fine, but it was a little close, so I adjusted that. I'm gonna get it back on, and hopefully it'll work this time. Starter is in. So one thing I realized, I made an error earlier in the video. You do not connect the red wire to the power. You need to connect the black one. I did that backwards and figured out that that does not start your car. So anyway, disregard that I had originally said. Anyway, it is working much better. Starts virtually instantly, much faster. Cannot say enough good about this starter. So anyway, I'm gonna fire it up and you guys can hear it. Okay, here we go. I just drove it for about 30 minutes, so it's been really warm, but both times I've tried starting it today, it's fired nearly instantly. So here we go. Just instant, really quick start. So overall, if any of you guys are needing to replace your starter or having the same sound issue that I did, give this Wosp a shot. I know it's expensive. It's a little bit hard to eat. I wasn't sure it was really worth it to me at first, but now after doing it, I really can't say enough good about it so far. We'll see as time goes on, of course. But anyway, as I mentioned earlier, you will need the blanking plate to cover the fuel pump, and you'll need to relocate your fuel pump if that's in the original position. But anyway, thanks for watching, and good luck with your car.